Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I posted this cake on my IG and most of you requested for the ingredients, the recipe rather. So let's go ahead and do this. This cake, my kids really love it because somehow these kids are just fascinated by the zebra kind of looking stripes on the cake. So welcome to today's video. My good name is Eunice. I'm just a mom who enjoys doing stuff. I'm not a professional baker. So let's get started. First thing first, I started with my dry ingredients. I measured 400 grams of flour and I also used 200 grams of sugar. You can go ahead also put whichever amounts you want depending on the size of cake that you want. But for me, I always do like half. If I do 400 grams of flour, I go in with 200 grams of sugar. And then I added the bicarbonate of soda, just a teaspoon, but I have the recipe in the description box if you just want to take it slow and try it by yourself. So when you put all this together, here I'm using white sugar, which is not so common in the Kenyan market. And then I just whisked all this together. Just take your time and do it slow.
I'll be there when the lights don't shine. I'll be there in the sleepless nights. I'll be there, make you feel alright. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there when the lights don't shine. I'll be there in the sleepless nights. I'll be there, make you feel alright. I'll be there, I'll be
So now to the wet ingredients, I went in with 200 grams of Blueband. You can use Blueband, you can use butter, you can use it while it's melted. So yeah, you have quite a number of options here. And also guys, remember that nowadays so many ingredients in cakes are quite optional. And then I went in with 4 eggs. As you can see, I just put all of them together in this bowl with Blueband. And then I went in this, just make this like 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence and just mix this together. And as you can see, that's why it's important maybe to use melted butter or just warm it up a little bit just to make the mixture a little bit well even. Just mix it well, make sure you can see the bubbles and make sure it's just soft and fluffy. And then after having your mixture together mixed like this, now you can go bring in your dry ingredients. Remember the mixture that we had for the flour? This is the time to bring it in. I don't know, somehow baking just feels so refreshing, so calming, so therapeutic, because I remember I was baking this cake the same time I'm doing this voiceover. It was at night and I just had so much calmness while I was doing this. Just some joy and peace that comes with just doing things at night. And somehow, even when I was posting this on my IG stories, I had the original sound on because it was so quiet in the house. And you can just feel the few sounds that you needed to hear while I was baking this. So go in bit by bit. Don't put all the flour together. And then here is also another option that I did, which you can also omit or go ahead with it. In this mixture, I went ahead and added some warm milk. Let's say a 1/4 cup of warm milk. And I also added like a 1/4 cup of cooking oil. These two are quite optional. You don't need to add them. If you want to, you can. But as I said before, most ingredients nowadays when it comes to baking are quite optional. As you can see, I just casually poured in the milk and then I gave it another mix. And then it just, by this time, you're supposed to start feeling the smell, the essence aroma that slowly now, getting into the air. You're just relaxing, you're just chilling. You're just trusting the process, knowing that, this cake is going to come out fine. Also, remember, this is the time to switch on your oven. Set it at 180 degrees so that it can start preheating. Also, let me say, for the oven, it depends on the kind of oven you have. Please, it's good to know the type of oven you have, the highest temperatures, the lowest temperature, and what temperatures are favorable for your baking. And also, when it comes to the oven setting, for me, I use heat from both top and bottom. There's somewhere where that shows two lines. Those two lines on the knob means that the heat is coming from top and also from bottom. And you can see these. As I was also doing this, I was also shooting for IG stories, which I also put in my on my IG reels. You can follow me on my IG. Petite Mama is my handle. So because we need a darker version of this mixture, just separate this mixture put it in a different bowl. Then take your cocoa butter, not cocoa butter, the cocoa powder. This is the dark one. Put as much as you want, depending with how dark you want it to be. But I will advise, don't put too much of it, because remember, you don't want the cocoa powder to taste in your cake. We are not doing a chocolate cake. We're just adding some color. So just put enough just to make sure that it holds down the brownish color, and then properly mix it in. As you can see, just letting the other one sit aside. This spoon that I'm having, I'm not sure, do we call this a spatula? I've forgotten the name, but it's quite convenient when it comes to baking. Just the way it grabs the mixture, it is so nice. It's like a must have if you bake frequently. So after having the best consistency that you want in both mixtures, this is the time to also have your tin close by, whichever tin you want to have, whichever shape of the tin that you want to have. For me, I went in with a love heart kind of shape, and then I put in this baking paper. But also, this baking paper is optional. Don't stress if you don't have it. You can just what do we call it, smear your tin with some flour and Blueband so that you can just create a layer to avoid any extra burns on your cake. So pour in your mixture. You can start with the white one or the brown one, and then just create a layer of the white and brown, white and brown, white and brown. As you can see, I was just casually doing this, but it actually turned out so beautiful. So just put in your mixture, and yeah, don't worry about the ingredients that you don't have. Just collect them slowly by slowly, and then one day when you have the energy, just decide to do a cake. Remember, we had our oven already preheating. It's very important to put your cake in the oven while the oven has already heated up. Okay, so here we go. At 180 degrees, I let it in for about 40 minutes. Constantly check, not constantly. Okay, you can open the oven at least once. Just put in a dry spoon and check if the cake has dried well inside, So here it is. It came out looking honestly so perfectly. I couldn't say less or more. It was awesome. It had dried up so well, and it was spongy, it was soft, it was bright, it was just everything that I wanted to have. So I just turned it. I think I just let it cool for some time, and then I slowly went ahead and removed this baking paper. I was also shooting for IG, so that's why you see some angles are kind of off. Yeah, so here I was also holding another camera just to show for my IG stories. Yeah, so let me go ahead and just cut it so that you guys can see how perfect it turned out to be. Just look at that, guys. Amazing. I love it. This cake was so yummy. It didn't have too much sugar, and I think we had it for breakfast for like 2 days because it was so yummy. And even when my kid came from school, she just said, "Hey mommy, do we have some more cake?" And I will say, "Yes, of course." So once a while, just surprise your kiddos. Let them know that, you know what, mama can do it. It's a very, very easy recipe, guys, as you can see. And don't stress yourself. Maybe the first time it will not be perfect, but the second time, the third time, you will learn as you practice. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much. If you like this content, motherhood, cooking, cleaning, organization, kindly subscribe to my channel. But most important, give this video a big thumbs up so that it's recommended to other viewers. I'm going to see you in my next video, which will be a vlog, or we'll see what to post. Thank you so much, and stay safe, and goodbye.